Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. Well, we're on the way.
I think it's only right for me to respectfully acknowledge Fabio Cannavaro as being a little giant.
Yeah, not the tallest of centre-halves, but amongst the most commanding.
Yeah, and whatever he lacks in height, he makes up for in other areas. Anticipation, timing and tactical intelligence, they're all top class.
Messi! Big moment! Massive goal!
Well, once more, it's him. And we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
Stylish in the extreme, a delicious goal.
It's almost poetry in motion, Peter, isn't it? The way he wraps his foot round the ball so effortlessly. Amazing.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. And Inter now could counter-attack. Little pass back.
Just too much pressure. Had to go that way.
Kubasi. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. De Bruyne. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Rijkaard. And it's De Bruyne. And here's Dembele. He's in a good position. He's had a shot! He's got a goal! And they're threatening to fly away here. The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about. Excitement and entertainment. What a lovely moment.
Inter Milan are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
Well, now's the time you can afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
And he's played it back.
They're really getting no time to think on the ball here. Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Getting on for a third of the way through the game. Tries to pass it through. Shot a goal! It's a goal! Back to within one! Interesting! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
A shift in momentum, perhaps.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter, and the crowd are reacting to that now.
A mixture of good defending and indecisive passing. No progress. He is through here. Stojkovic on a serious charge here. Kubasi is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. Menu. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Now, what about a counter-attack? Oh, he's taken out. That'll be a foul. And no surprise, that's a booking. It's a loose ball. Oh, what has happened here? Getting up there! It's in! They are right back in business.
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here.
Certain, searing, and imperious.
Yeah, it all came from...
That's it, 45 minutes up. High octane, high tempo, high scoring. That was quite a half of football. So there was the first half.
Well, Peter, I can certainly tell you I wasn't expecting this. What a half. What a game of football so far. I was honestly expecting the floodgates to open, but how quickly things can change.
Well, this has been gripping stuff. 4 goals evenly shared at the interval. It's 2-2. Back on the way then. And that's a good ball. Fermin. Nicely weighted ball. And this is Ronaldo.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Oh, that's ambitious. Now that was quite some save.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack. Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage and it's time for them to use it.
And he's there to clear it. Inter Milan have the chance to go the other way. Now it's Mbappe.
Oh, great feat, that.
He's having a hit! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Mbappe is offering a wry smile there.
So we have movement on both benches. Decent attempt, but not quite good enough.
Well, I think the defence deserves credit for the way they were quick to close him down.
Inter Milan have their second corner now. Terrific effort! Goal! Inter! Into the lead once more. Great corner, and he did the rest.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Inter Milan have their lead. That's a sharp pass. And the through ball. And he's in on goal. He's shifted. Chance! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post.
Unless they can devise a quick counter-attacking plan, they're going to need to see much more of this ball.
Now it's Cantona. And that has been cut short. Mohamed Salah. Now that looks a decent ball. Here's found range. Messi. Messi will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Cannavaro. Mbappe. Foot in. Can he get it through? Can he latch on to this? Plays a sharp little ball here. Kimmich. And it's Kimmich. Looking for option. Can he finish? And he's stuck it away. Again, we are level. What a contest.
Oh, what a fabulous game this is. It just keeps getting better and better. Yeah, and he did well not to stray offside there as well, Peter. He just seemed to instinctively know when the ball was going to be delivered, and he got it right.
Well, what a game we have on our hands here.
Well, at this stage, Peter, it's going to come down to how badly they want to win this.
And the finish! Denied by an instinctive save.
Messi actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
All hands on deck for this one. Oh, great leap! Nearly, but not quite.
Yeah, it's good movement, though. A bit unlucky he couldn't actually steer it goalwards. They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by not getting the ball into the opposition box. That's where it has to be.
Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Donatoni. Rijkaard is always scanning the pitch for targets. And no, that was never going to make it. Messi gets a good foot in there. Great vision. Cannavaro makes the interception. And that will be it. Magic. What a magical football match. And genuine respect all round. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. So it's away we go then. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
One of the game's best ever, Cristiano Ronaldo. He brings a power to whatever he does, and his unquenchable thirst for goals is always an enjoyable sideshow. It's very rare he fails to leave his mark.
Hard to disagree with that. It is the sort of situation he thrives in. Rodri. And it's Rodri. And Silvestre. Timber. And it's Ferdinand. Silvestre. Played over towards the opposite flank.
Good ball, that too.
First quarter of an hour gone. Silvestre is one whose deliveries we all know about.
Yeah, the crowd have tried to spark some excitement, but to no avail. This needs something explosive. Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Costa Curta. Now Timber. Costa Curta. And it's Benatia. Kimmich. Now Timber. Mohamed Salah. Now Timber. And it's Timber. And here's Lopez. Fermin! And it's hit the woodwork and out! Rodri. That's a good run down the left. And Silvestre. And he's picked it up out wide. Stojkovic. And here's the chance to counter. Mohamed Salah providing an outlet on that flank. Can he finish? And for the first half, that is that. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. So we reach the halfway point.
Santiago really can be happy with the strong finish to the half and have no reason to be upset with their overall performance. I think they just need to keep going now, stick at it, and eventually they'll get a break.
So both teams still stuck on the starting blocks here, 0-0 at the break. And we get things going again. So neither side has yet broken through. Rijkaard. Howson is always looking to break lines. And it's Timber. Now Costa Curta. And it's Stojkovic. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it had to be. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Oh, such a clever touch. Timber's cross. He's rising! Against the crossbar. And that's off target.
Yeah, he came away empty-handed in the end, but it was wonderful movement.
It is still anyone's game, 0-0. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. It's Salah!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Salah. Mohamed Salah! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that. Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Mohamed Salah goes short. Now it's Mohamed Salah. It's Salah! Oh, split-second reaction.
Mohamed Salah really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Rijkaard. Cristiano Ronaldo being hunted in packs.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
Opts for safety. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Gerrard. Has a look and plays it forward. Oh, important interception.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Stojkovic. Passing is crisp and sharp. Ah, that's a fine interception. And it's been hooked away.
They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by not getting the ball into the opposition box. That's where it has to be.
And that's a dangerous ball. Chance for a shot! Oh, that could be pivotal! Oh, is this it? Have they won it? He made it happen, squeezed through with sheer will and considerable accuracy.
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't great, but then again, I don't think he had a wonderful view of it.
And the referee brings it to a close. Well, that was tense. Boy, that was tense. The two sides separated by the game's only goal. Cristiano Ronaldo claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument. So there we have it, Jim. A game seemingly destined for stalemate, but then the ultimate smash and grab. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. There's the whistle. Borussia Dortmund have chosen to go 4-3-3. Jim, how do you see it?
Yes, and the importance of this formation is not to allow...
Mohamed Salah! Goal! An extraordinary start! Breakthrough in next to no time!
And it looks like we're going to get the entertainment we were all hoping for.
Gorgeous! Just gorgeous!
Oh, how does he get the ball to do that? He's on another level to most of his peers.
Borussia Dortmund are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Has to go back here.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Donatoni is sporting a guilty look after that.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Threads one in. Now, can he find a finish? So just a one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. No, he wasn't going to let him past. Robertson. Tonali can see things others simply cannot. Rijkaard. Ferdinand makes the interception. Xavi Alonso. And they've switched it over to the other side.
Well spotted.
Borussia Dortmund are a team that's fond of the low block. They sure defend in numbers.
Yeah, the whole point being to go back to front as quickly as possible, Peter. Of course, once the ball has been won.
Yeah, balls over the top, long diagonals, that's the plan. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Played out wide, and it's Timber. This is a promising build-up. Oh, now he can run away with it. And he can thump it away. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. And the finish!
Can't be expected to deliver anything better than that. This is heroic keeping.
Timber. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Tonali. Can he get on the end of this? Kimmich. And here's Baggio. And it's Forlan. Oh, important interception. That's the end of the first 45. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. How would you review the first half?
Haven't played that badly. Getting caught again on the counter-attack is unlikely. They're switched on to that and still very much in this game.
So it has been pretty frantic here. Everybody eagerly awaiting the start of the second half. So straight into the second half.
Santiago definitely want to carry on in a similar manner, although I would exercise some caution, Peter. You wouldn't want to leave yourself open in the early minutes trying to kill this off.
Now, what about a counter-attack? Xavi Alonso.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
And this is Forlan. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined.
That appeared to be an inevitable outcome. Too much traffic.
And this is Forlan. It's Forlan! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Oh, played through for the wide man. Mohamed Salah. He's gone for goal! Keeper's not concerned by that.
Well, it was going to take something a bit special from there, and that wasn't it.
Cristiano Ronaldo being given no time to dwell on the ball here.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that
He leaps for it! And a neat finish! And there's the goal they've been looking for. A really thumping header, absolutely crashes it in.
yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides. So that's two now without reply.
Well, it's a great time for them to keep the momentum going. I don't see any need to change the approach. Keep at it with the same intensity, and soon enough, they'll get an...
And the shot! Goal! Well, how's that for a class finish?
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
That's just as the manager would have...
Roberto Baggio! And he's following up! It's goals! And that could come back to haunt them.
Oh, what a chance. It looked to me like he just changed his mind at the last second there.
Chance, surely! A real chance and a real let-off.
Yeah, I think that miss is going to give him nightmares for a while.
Well, the two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time. Gerrard. He has found the way through. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Benatia deals with that comfortably.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Costa Curta. And it's Timber. Konate is pretty much the definition of the word uncompromising. Timber. And that is that. Well, that was close. Both sides playing their part in a great game of football. A real ride that had all of us glued to our seats from the very beginning. Your final thoughts, Jim? Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. And we're underway.
Well, Peter, it's easy to heap praise on players that play further up the field, but they couldn't do what they did without the unsung heroes doing the dirty work, and Frank Rijkaard is amongst the very...
Mohamed Salah! Goal! And what a start!
That's the perfect confidence boost they needed. Brilliant.
Beautiful, just beautiful. The joy of the moment.
That is simply tremendous. I mean, how easy would it have been to get across it or overhit it? Perfection.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Ronaldo receives it in a wide position. Pelé. So just the one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. Lovely. Goes for a shot! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Oh, he's been caught on it here. Timber clears it away. Cannavaro. And it's Rijkaard. Hammers going face-to-face with his great rival. Nigeria are a team that's fond of the low block. They sure defend in numbers.
Yeah, the whole point being to go back to front as quickly as possible, Peter. Of course, once the ball has been won.
Yeah, balls over the top, long diagonals, that's the plan. Owen, now it's Pelé. James Rodriguez has an approach to the game which is chance for a shot! And he was there to get a vital touch.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Real chance! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Pelé actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Nigeria with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Can he finish? And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Oh, good play on the left-hand side here. So what can they make of this? Cafu. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Now it's Lopez, and it's Stojkovic. Timber's cross, and a header! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Mohamed Salah is offering a wry smile there. Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Impressive jump! And that's a sharp finish! And this is getting better and better. What a header! Flashed in with the crispest of contacts.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
So that's 2 now without reply.
There's a certain authoritativeness in everything they do now. If they want to kill off this game, now's the time to get it done.
That's it, 45 minutes up.
Well, the second goal certainly came as a welcome surprise, Peter. So late and so potentially destructive.
That certainly seems to be the case.
And that ought to encourage an even more ambitious approach in this second half, Peter, with control already established.
Well, who could have predicted a scoreline like this after just 45 minutes? The sides separated by 2. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half. Oh, shooting chance! Relentless! Just relentless! With fun and fury, they continue to do their thing. He does it all with an air of efficiency and simplicity.
Well, how cool was that? He was almost teasing the keeper then.
2 goals on the day, and he may not yet be done. 3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy. And this is... takes a shot! And somehow he kept it out.
Owen really looked sharp out there. That first touch, sensational.
It's their second corner of the game. Nigeria awarded another corner. Nigeria have their third corner. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. And now a sudden chance to counter. Looking for the run. Now this could be a chance. And that's been intercepted. Oh, there's a probing ball.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Neither of these two want to come off second best. Best running with the ball. Played with finesse. Timber cuts out the pass. Played out wide. Cafu makes a move down the right. Played back towards his own goal. Batistuta going about things with real menace. And he's managed to get free. Nigeria needed that. They really needed it.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
Well, they're looking at the referee, but he's waved play on. So 3-0 now, and surely there'll be no twists in the plot. Rijkaard. Howson. Oh, and they're quick to press here, right on top of them. Now it's Batistuta. That's Rijkaard. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Now it's Isak. And here's Zanetti. He's found a way through. Zanetti crosses.
Oh, how that cross...
And the referee brings it to a close. Well, that was a tale of two very different teams. One driven, ruthless, prolific. The other quite the opposite in all of those areas. The result, a very accurate reflection of what we saw. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. So that's got things underway.
Peter, we're about to see how good Lilian Thuram is. Besides being physically imposing and quick, he's very intelligent and usually that crucial split second ahead of everybody else.
Yeah, fabulous reader of the game. And oh, he's been caught. Shoots! And it's a goal!
Well, once more, it's him. And we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish. Goes for the shot! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
And we have our very first corner. He's in a great position here. Oh, good climb! No, not the best of headers.
Incredible. He had all the time in the world to pick his spot as well.
Oh, this looks sharp. And it's Azar. Van Bronckhorst. And it's Azar. Azar. Takes on his marker. He'll try from distance.
Can't be expected to deliver anything better than that. This is heroic keeping.
And here's Cruyff. Great chance! Eden Hazard! That is a beautiful thing! About as smooth as it gets. A quite incredible spell. They are flying. And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
So that's 2 now without reply.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time.
The worst choice he could pick. He needed to get his head up and see the outlet to his right.
Stojkovic. Couldn't squeeze it through. 15 minutes till half-time.
Manchester definitely have the look of a team that likes to counter-attack, Peter.
Yeah, that is clear. Just look at how they line up.
Well, in other words, they don't mind being...
Takes a shot! Oh, that was wicked. A truly wicked effort.
He actually looks pretty annoyed with himself there. He's usually better than that.
Van Bronckhorst. Stojkovic. And he's worked it through. And a chance! And it's in! Everyone waited for the cross, but he had other ideas.
Well, the angle wasn't good, and neither was the keeper. He scored then when he had no right to.
A shift in momentum, perhaps.
Well, we have a very different game on our hands now, all of a sudden. This one's totally up for grabs.
No, he's had it taken off him. Played out wide, and he's quick to return it. And this is Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Cristiano Ronaldo is offering a wry smile there.
And this is Hazard. Van Bronckhorst. So, a temporary halt to the action. Well, the scoreline at half-time, a fair reflection of things overall, you'd have to say that. There was certainly no lack of effort or endeavour in the first half. No, well, the pickings certainly have been rich in this first half.
Well, I think the message from the manager at half-time will be pretty simple, Peter. He's going to want them to play at a higher tempo, press more, higher up the pitch, pass quicker, and entice the opposition out of position. He knows how crucial the next goal will be.
Well, that just about sorts out. He's had a shot! That was superb goalkeeping.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
And this is Ronaldo. It's Cristiano Ronaldo! Well, now it's a race for the ball. He's been caught on it here. Stam. Quality ball. Can he get it through? Mohamed Salah! He's done very well to get to that.
Mohamed Salah clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
And no, that was never going to make it. Still they trail, and time is ticking away. No, that's been intercepted. Vieira is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. Rummenigge. Shot at goal! Deftly away. And here's Cruyff.
Cruyff really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. He has found the way through.
Santiago really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of...
Could be danger here. Certain amount of room for debate here, but a goal kick's been given. Kimmich picks it up from the goal kick. Mohamed Salah wins the duel this time. And goes for a shot! And no mistake. Do not write them off. Back they come. A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Well, a little more decisiveness on the ball and that probably wouldn't have happened, but still, it was very well played. Great pressure to force the error.
And yes, it's him again. Well, the two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time. It's turning into quite a gem, this.
Well, at this stage, Peter, it's going to come down to how badly they want to win this.
Rodri. Strong running down that left flank. Always onto this. Oh, that's well spotted.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Drills one in. Cruyff has given away a free kick. Oh, no messing about. It is red. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Now it's Isak. Chance! Oh, that could be pivotal! Oh, that has got to be it! This has to be it! The invitation was clear, and it was accepted with the utmost glee.
Yeah, keeping calm and taking a touch like that when it's all going on around you isn't always that easy, but he made it look like a doddle. Finishing it off was quite simple after that.
Well, they've done the hard part, now to survive the last few minutes.
Well,
and the referee brings it to a close. They are pumped. Boy, they're pumped. A tough win earned through the power of will, and this place is bouncing. So a game of thrills and... So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So we're up and running. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, I think the fact that this guy, Saliba's starting, I think that indicates, Peter, you're looking to play out from the back, and he's shown to be very confident and comfortable on the ball when it comes...
And Yaya Toure! That's put paid to the danger. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Mohamed Salah picks it up out wide. He's shifting through the gears. Decent chance! There it is! And we have liftoff! One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one...
Oh no, what has happened here? So just the one early goal to report so far, and the score is 1-0. That a foul? Yes, the referee's given it. Timber. This is a promising build-up. It's a really well-measured ball. Looking for options for movement. Oh, no joy this time. Timber. Kimmich. Vermeer. Now it's Mohamed Salah. Maldini calmly anticipates. Kimmich. Timber. That's been cut out, well played. Isak. Oh, that's a fine interception. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. So it's down to business here.
Well, Peter, it's easy to heap praise on players that play further up the field, but they couldn't do what they did without the unsung heroes doing the dirty work, and Frank Rijkaard is amongst the very best in the business.
Some say the best ever.
Yep, and I can see why. He's about as sophisticated as players come, and his role covers everything from reclaiming the ball to, well, pretty much everything else. Only a man of his calibre and cleverness can do that.
Well read, nice interception. Juve. And it's Schneider. Threads one in. Juve in acres of space out wide. Kimmich.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Gerrard. Schneider. That's a good ball. Can he finish? And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
And we have our very first corner. So it's going to be another corner. France have their second corner now. And he thumps it clear. And now a sudden chance to counter. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Still goalless. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. And here's Shevchenko. Stojkovic plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. And here's Shevchenko. Vermin. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played. Well stopped.
Now, can they get him away? Shot a goal! Delicious from Juve! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! And France are in front!
Well, I don't want to be overly harsh on the defensive side of things here, Peter, but the build-up was so slick and executed with such
Mohamed Salah! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Mohamed Salah actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest. Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Header! Bellingham lays it forward. Vermin. And this is Ronaldo. Ronaldo finds himself offside. Vermin, renowned for his long-range shooting.
OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
Oh, that's fabulous. Shot could be... And a chance! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Koundé is there, and he can get that clear. Schneider, who's set up one goal so far. Dink through. Benatia kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Kimmich. Rijkaard. Plays a sharp little ball here. And we've reached half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
It's been a pretty tepid display. They'll want to use this break wisely to regroup and come out with some fresh initiatives. This is all still very salvageable, maybe even winnable.
Well, that is the first half done, and we are ready for what follows in the second. The second period is on the way.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Stojkovic. Oh, good read. Silvestre. Now it's Shevchenko. And Shevchenko! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
I thought it was a really good break. No shortage of pace nor intensity. Exactly what's required when on the counter-attack.
Isak. And it's Stojkovic. Stojkovic! Goal! They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
A moment that needed composure, and he had plenty of it.
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
We're looking at a different game now.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing. The outcome...
Takes a shot! Oh, it's come off the upright. And he's taking no chances there. Gerrard clears. Great vision. Oh, super ball. This time, surely. And a neat finish. And the game is well and truly turned on its head. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Santiago are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. So that's got things underway. So I'm assuming, Jim, that Roberto Baggio will be given freedom of the park.
I would think so, because if you tie him to a position, I think you take away his natural instinct.
And it's not just that he is such a great player, but others seem to get better around him.
Yeah, because he can produce such huge moments with his dribbling ability, and I think that gives the rest of the team belief and that winning mentality.
Ronaldo was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. It's James! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And it's Dembele. Vermin. And he's intervened well there. Edmilson. Now it's Mohamed Salah. Now it's Lopez. Oh, good take in a good area. Oh, shooting chance! He's scored! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on.
He's having a shot! Really nicely worked opportunity, that. Some lovely exchanges.
Well, that's how you penetrate the numbers, with very shrewd movement and passing precision, and all done at pace.
Oh, this looks sharp. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Stojkovic going face-to-face with his great rival. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Casemiro did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing. Hazard gets on his bike and... Hazard!
Santiago are clearly playing a patient game here, looking to pick out those runners.
Yeah, that's a lot of the forwards, this style, doesn't it? You need them to be very sharp, chasing non-stop, running after lost causes.
Yeah, and you need a lot of movement up front if you're going to make it work.
That's been cut out, well played. Looking to play him in. Mohamed Salah.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Mohamed Salah, he's got away. It's Salah! Oh, split-second reaction.
Really anticipated.
Cristiano Ronaldo! And he has kept it out somehow.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure. Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
De Ligt clears. And now they can spring out of defence. And that has been cut short. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. And the whistle goes for half-time. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break. Where do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Well, this is when you need your players to step up, Peter. Be brave, see all that courage. They need to have a big start to the second half to give them some momentum, and they're not going to get that if they're being too risk-averse.
So it has been pretty frantic here. Everybody eagerly awaiting the start of the second half. And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half.
Well, if you're ahead, it's a good time to start moving the ball quicker, Peter. Entice your opponents out. See if you can open them up a bit more.
And he's in on chance! And he can thump it away. Inter Milan appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Dembele. Oh, he's played it in low. And it's claimed by the keeper.
Inter clearly are trying to mix things up here, keeping their opponents guessing.
Oh, the ball's come loose here. He's got away with one there.
And this is why almost every team presses from the front these days, Peter. If you get it right, it creates more chances. Inter really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
They're coming again and again.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. This is a promising build-up. Now it's Mbappe. Oh, well cut out. No margin for error there at all. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
And he's managed to... It's Salah! And it's hit the woodwork and out! Has another go! Well taken goal. A 2-goal lead and they're firmly in control. That was a given. It always was.
Again, that's terrific movement, Peter, and an even better pass. It's beautifully played.
So that's 2 now without reply.
Well, that's a real psychological weight off the shoulders, I think. It's a very different game now at 2 up.
James Rodriguez. And they can counter here. Good ball, good take.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And he's decided to go for it. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Azar! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. And no, he had to, and yet he could not.
And how decisive might that prove, Peter? It really would have put the wind in their sails if there were just 1 down as opposed to 2. It might not be such a bad idea playing this short and into feet.
Yeah, they need to be thinking in terms of guile, deception, don't they? Oh, good spread. Inter Milan with a corner and hardly any time left on the clock. So, 3rd corner of the game. Oh, great leap! And he's stuck it away! With so little time left, grandstand finish! Inter Milan give themselves a chance of a fairy tale finish.
Well, the mindset has changed. Now they need to find all the courage they can get.
And that was nowhere near his best. Roberto Baggio. Azar, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Kimmich. Oh, nicely intercepted. And it's Azar. And that's that. Well, that was good. A terrific advertisement for attacking football. Both sides glad to trade blows, to set out always only to win. And it came down. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. So it's away we go then.
Well, for any attacker facing him, Peter, trying to force your way through Rio Ferdinand must be a daunting prospect.
Well, he is one. Dembele! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. And this is Van Basten. And he shoots! It's there!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
It was wonderful vision to see the movement ahead, and how about the weight of that pass? Ideal.
So the header! Firm header, just off target.
And he did so well to get himself there. What a good effort.
Now it's Van Basten. Now that looks a decent ball. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Chiellini. Can he get on the end of this? It's Van Basten! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Van Basten clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
And we have our very first corner. Benatia attempts a clearance. And now they can spring out of defence. And here's Van Basten. Oh, that was vital. Timber.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Kimmich.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Dembele is fouled. Vermin. Kimmich. And here's Mohamed Salah. Van Dijk did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. And that is a little undercooked. Kimmich is always scanning the pitch for targets. And the finish! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
Van Basten has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
Costa Curta. And it's Timber. Chiellini. Kimmich. And it's Timber. Stojkovic. Stojkovic! They want to be quick to recover this. And he's heaved it away. And that's another throw. Kimmich. Shot a goal! Oh, he gave that an almighty thump.
Well, the keeper looks perplexed. That was hit with real ferocity.
Bellingham. And it's Van Basten. Plays a sharp little ball here. Cristiano Ronaldo.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Knocks it into space. Always onto this. That's the keeper's ball. Kimmich. That's a cute ball. And the referee has blown for half-time. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
Well, for me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
Well, that is the first half done, and we are ready for what follows in the second. Down to business again.
Santiago can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times,
It's Dembele! And needless to say, that deserved better.
he did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
Timber. Looking for options for movement. He's found a way through. Oh, well played, well played. Stojkovic. He won't be happy with that one. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Mohamed Salah.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
And here's Mohamed Salah. Still chasing the game, trailing by one. It's a searching pass. And this is Van Basten. Chiellini. Your impression so far, Jim?
We've not seen much from this team as a whole, Peter. OK, that's largely due to the way their opponents have approached it, but they can up their game considerably, and I mean considerably.
Played out wide. Threads one in. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. So changes afoot here, and from both sides. Benatia, always a very imposing presence at the back. Aimed beyond the defence. This is a promising... Oh, shooting chance! Just not quite happening for him just now.
Oh, they're just unrelenting, Peter. Wave after wave of attacks. Now it's just a matter of making at least one of them count.
Back where it came from. Oh, that's an excellent interception.
Santiago really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
This is a really front-footed approach.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Konate calmly anticipates.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Terrific effort! And yes, it's there! And that should do it! Within sight of the finish line. A really thumping header, absolutely crashes it in.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Yeah, I can't think of a better time, Peter, to get that 2-goal cushion. That, for me, should be decisive. Well, this does not look promising, Peter. The least they can do is to give the crowd something to cheer about, but that might be difficult from here. Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? And that pass just didn't quite work. Messi is sporting a guilty look after that.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
And that will be it. In the end then, no joy. Not for the want of trying, not... Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. So we're up and running. Philip Lahm, Jim Beglin, one of the greatest fullbacks ever, perhaps.
Oh, without doubt, Peter. He's definitely in that category when it comes to legendary players. I don't think I've I've seen someone as adaptable, as dependable, both going forward and having to get back too. Plus, he's got that excellent leadership he's always displayed, and he's won everybody's respect.
Yeah, and once described by one of the world's greatest managers as the most intelligent player I ever coached. Rijkaard did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Chelsea ran themselves into the proverbial cul-de-sac there. Gerrard. Oh, we expected better, and so did he. Could move up a gear here. And here's Bale. Gerrard wins the duel this time. And this is Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo! Cross to the back post. That's a decent clearance. Ribery is one whose deliveries we all know about. No goals as yet. And it's Bale. Just coming up to the 30-minute mark. Stojkovic. That's a lovely, neat pass. And he cuts out the supply. Cruyff. Chelsea are a team that's fond of the low block. They sure defend in numbers.
Yeah, the whole point being to go back to front as quickly as possible, Peter. Of course, once the ball has been won.
Yeah, ball's over. Bullish header! And it's hit the woodwork and out! Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Plays the return pass. And it's Lahm. Lahm venturing down the left. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Passes coming off in quick succession here, and he's got the beating of his man. Oh, good determined running there, but one back by the defence.
Well, he's not the type that's short on self-belief, so that could rub off on his teammates now.
And that is the end of the first half. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. So, nothing to report so far on the goals front.
Yeah, 0-0, but definitely not from the want of trying. There's been plenty of industry and hard work, as well as some good defending, so I wouldn't be too dismissive just yet.
So it's simmered along nicely for 45 minutes, but still no goals. It is 0-0 at half-time. Down to business again.
Well, I can imagine both managers have been in the ears of the players. They want more. Let's hope the game comes to life sooner rather than later. Yeah, I think if that can be repeated, there's a good chance of a goal.
Rijkaard is the team's great visionary. Now it's Stojkovic. Xavi Alonso. And here's Bale. It's Bale! Gareth glittering Bale!
Well, what a restart this has been. A top player striking early. The perfect fillip to push on from what was a stunning finish.
A truly super goal. What a spiky hit that was.
Oh, how does he get the ball to do that? He's on another level to most of his peers.
Time then for the first substitution of the game. Chelsea have broken through. It's 1-0.
Well, it looks like a bit of half-time encouragement was all that was needed, because we have a very different game on our hands now, Peter.
Ribéry, a dangerous raider down the right-hand side. Now this could be a chance. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it. They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
Looking for options for movement. Chelsea are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Mbappe, very much a man of this moment. Now the ball's gone astray. And it's Xavi Alonso.
Chelsea surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route.
Bale! That is special! Gareth Bale! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! A 2-goal lead and they're firmly in control. Smiles broad and beautiful. That is a cracking hit.
That was magnificent. The way he caught it so perfectly. I think he's even managed to surprise himself, Peter.
So that's 2 now without reply.
Well, that's pretty much sealed it now. And surely, Peter, we're not going to see any complacency after that.
Shot a goal! Oh, it's fallen loose again! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Cruyff actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
And that has put paid to that. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
It's Bale! Another big chance that gets away.
Oh, they're just unrelenting, Pete.
And that is as far as it goes. In the end then, no joy. Not for the want of trying, not for the want of running. Simply they were beaten by a better team on the day. Your reflections then, Jim?
Santiago desperately failing to impose themselves on the game. Decidedly flat, disjointed in so many areas on the pitch, and you're never going to win like that.